What is happening? Welcome back to the Past Alive. Thank you all for tuning in tonight. It is that time. The month again is the first. It is time to head back to the year 1990 for the first time in 3 months since the hiatus began, and ripping open 1990 tops in the desperate and absolute pandemonium of a search for the legendary rare Frank Thomas No Name on Front Air rookie card that I've been after for the vast majority of my life. I've only ever really seen anything in person one time, but the rarity of this card has led to sell recently. A PSA 2 sold for $7,000 about a week ago, and before that, actually it was a month ago. A BGS 7 sold for around $17,000. So what we have here is a very tattered and war-torn jumbo cello box, which is something I don't even know if I knew that this particular release existed, of 43 cards per pack. I've seen the jumbo rack packs that have over 100. I've seen the cello packs, obviously. I don't know if I've ever seen these 43 card packs. They were $1.49 back in 1990, and I told you guys if I found these for a good price, I will continue the search. Well, that's what happened. I found this random beat up box on eBay. I think it's 14 packs. At least that's what they advertised, for like 53 bucks. Anytime I find them for around 50 bucks, I'll buy them because the prices these days are nuts. Wax boxes are like $70 for 90 tops, which is a day that I never thought I'd live to see. Well, we have reached that point in time, but we are continuing the search this evening. Appreciate you guys being here. We got Paul L., Ed, and everybody else. And Brian Smith in the house is what's up, John and friends. What is going on, Brian? Welcome. Thank you for joining us. Let us head back to 1990. It's like seeing an old friend again because it's been so long since we've done this search, even though it's been only 3 months from doing it every single month for what, 5 years? Something like that. First pack aside, $1.49 back in 1990. What kind of Mandela effects will we unearth in this probably searched box? Mike Willaris, member for 43 months, is happy December. Another month of debauchery is here, and I'm glad you're here to share in that debauchery, Mike. Appreciate you, man. Welcome. Mark Gardner, feature star card. We got Dennis Cook, the Wild Gunslinger. For whatever reason, I have this card sitting right next to me. Must have been some sort of blemish on this from like the last box I opened. Yeah, it's all blurry. So that will go in the oddities collection video coming sometime in the next decade. Gerald Manley member for 41 months says Juggalos and Juggahos, whoop whoop. What is going on? Jerry Manley, Jeff Ennis rookie card. And for whatever reason, this middle of the pack is flipped upside down. Yeah, I've never opened a 43 card pack. So this is very weird for me. And if you search eBay, these are like kind of scarce. There's Bo Jackson, Mike Jeffcoat, Gene Larkin Henderson in the very first pack. Speaking of Juggalos, there was something that I saw recently. What was it? A couple days ago on Instagram, it was posted. It was the poop dollar. So if you're ever at the gathering or around any Juggalos or Insane Clown Posse fans, for those of you who don't know what that term is, there's the big cat and a propaganda piece ends that pack. If you see $1 on the ground, don't pick it up because they wipe their butts with it, throw it on the ground, then they wait for you to pick it up. And then when you pick it up, they yell poop dollar at you. That is the kind of shenanigans that Juggalos do. So stay away from them. Craig B. Cards in the house says, I'm here to shill bid. Oh, wait, wrong live stream. What is happening, Craig? Very, very happy to see you with us. It's been a while. Check out Craig B. Cards if Mikey or Paul could post a link to him. I think Craig just posted a video a little bit ago for a giveaway. I didn't get a chance to watch it yet, but it's always a pleasure to have Craig with us. There's a link from Mikey G for him. Please check him out. A. Bartlett Giamatti. I used to love that card as a kid. There's a Puckett All-Star card, Julio Franco. Usually Julio Franco is a precursor for Sammy Sosa rookie, in wax packs at least, and the same runs true for these weird-ass jumbo cellos. Sosa rookie card has come forth. A way much more desirable card back in the late 90s than it is now, but is still one of the key rookies that we are looking for in this desperate search, unlike that of Alex Sanchez or Jason Grimsley. And I guess every pack is going to be upside down. We got Kevin in the house. What's going on, man? Big Mac and Will Clark. Felder. Ezra Clemens. Glenn Davis. Glenn Davis rookie cards were pretty hot back in like 1986. They were some of the most valuable cards in some sets there. There's Robbie Yount, scraggly little mullet, Jim Gantner. And the ongoing tally is still on the TPIA Facebook page. I know the side of that card is definitely a Griffey Gold Cup. There's Draybeck. I have not heard from Doug Draybeck in a while. He has not drunk dialed me from the bar in my dreams. Second year Omar Vizquel, Eddie Murray, and the quote-unquote bloody scab Griffey that people were really taking advantage of that brush burn on his arm, especially during the pandemic. I think they still do. I still get phone calls every once in a while. It's like, I got this rare Ken Griffey Jr. It's got a bloody scab in his arm. And the sweet throwback propaganda piece, old Topps Threads. Can't believe he skipped over Jose Lind. I think everybody here knows that Jose Lind was my favorite for several years there when it all began. And Craig B. Cards is member for 50 freaking months. That's nuts. It's got to be like one of the records. I want to say Kevin Ritz is a precursor for, is it Juan Gonzalez rookie card? I've opened way too many of these. So Juan Gonzalez comes out. Sosa and now Juan. Mark Davis. Jim Acker, Mike Morgan, some sort of strange orb floating behind him. Billy Hatcher. Ballard. There's Drew Hall off the set of Futurama. Still caught off guard by having to flip half the pack. Close to it. Wally Whitehurst and his albino antics. Bob Guerin Gold Cup. Here's a Jeff King rookie card. Brown, Rock, Reigns, Draybeck. So that means we should have another Griffey in this pack too. That's nuts. Griffey overload here. I don't know if I've even ever pulled two Griffies from a single wax box. Back-to-back Griffey bloody scabs. Put those on eBay as soon as the video is over for 10 grand a piece. And I will retire early. Paul L's calling Mandela effect on Jerry Brown. I could definitely agree with that one. If you've ever seen that card in my life. Yeah, if you were part of the TPIA group, or if you're not part of the TPIA Facebook group, I don't know what you're doing, but there is an ongoing tally on there of all of my 1990 Topps searches. The least common seen card, the most common seen card. I want to say right now, I looked at it the other day, Roger Craig Manager card is the most common card that we've seen, which is nuts considering that flea market was selling for 120 bucks a piece a couple of years ago. I'd be rich if that was actually legitimate. There's Jim Abbott. I wonder if that guy selling that Jim Abbott for 10 grand is still on eBay. That was a thing there a couple of years ago. I feel like it's probably still on there unless somebody pulled the trigger. Hopefully not the case. Trevor Williams in house says, you need to drink some Faygo during these streams. I don't even know what flavor I would choose of Faygo. Yeah, you can always kind of tell a person's character based on what they drink. So, like, if you see someone with a Faygo, like, I know if I was going on a date with a chick and she, like, showed up drinking a Faygo, that's kind of a deal breaker. I'm out of there. I'm probably going to pull a fader and never be heard from again. There's Kurt Schilling. That's not a rookie card. It's a first Topps card. Big, fat difference there. Joe Carter, Pat Perry showing off his pale pits. Wallach, Maddox, Dave Parker. Yeah, there's definitely a lot of deal breakers. Keno Burkeville and his little scum stash. Mickey Hatcher, Bobby Bowe, and the Glossy All-Stars propaganda piece. There's a link to Trevor's channel. We trudge right along. We're doing better in this rip than, I don't know, probably a lot of other 90 Topps rips because we've already got Sosa, Gonzalez, and two Griffies, and the packs are a little more difficult to open, though. Jim Emmett, hands down my favorite player. We used to like Jim Emmett a lot, too, back in the 90s. Shaka's Closet, the ladies I hang out with drink bangs. That's probably not too bad. I feel like that's kind of acceptable for women nowadays. But if they're drinking Faygo, instant red flag. Yount All-Star card, Mike Fetters. And typically, in wax packs, Gordon is the precursor to Schilling, which is the precursor to Frank Thomas. Not the case. Mike Scott shows up instead. Throws a curveball there, and Henry Cotto couldn't be more thrilled about it. Keith says, today's a day, a pre-Christmas miracle. How nuts would that be? Greg Jeffries, Gold Cup card, David Cohn. Scott Fletcher doesn't look too familiar to me. Arkham Knight, Matt, what's going on, man? Says, is tonight the night? Appreciate that, Matt. Yeah, Matt posted in the Facebook group earlier. He actually pulled a Billy Ripken F-Face from the Slater Sports Card box this month. From random one single pack of 89 Fleer, he pulled the F-Face Air, which is pretty crazy. So congrats on that pull, man. Hopefully tonight is the night. And speaking of 89 Fleer, we might be opening a box, an error box of 89 Fleer here soon. So that's something to be tickled pink about. I hate when people say that, so I gotta say it to raise awareness on how stupid it sounds. And a second year Robin Ventura, Ozzie Smith, treble horn. No sign of any Frank Thomas. All we see are the giraffe-like neck antics of David West. Gene Harris, the middle school librarian. There's Nolan Ryan, 5,000 Ks. Baines, Candelaria. Jimmy Key. Borders, Eric Hansen. There's Tat Padler. Steve Sachs, Palmero, Gubiza, Incaviglia. You can only imagine if you're a little kid trying to go through and read all these names. You're like, what the hell? Butchering all of them. Incaviglia. Dan Quisenberry, of course, is going to show up. McGee, Larkin, and Randolph, Hojo. They always use Howard Johnson to represent this release. There's Frank Kona. At this point, I feel like I can almost like call out every card that's next. It's just burned into my brain. My use is Alexa, play Matt Brown B Window on YouTube. No one's seen this guy for a little while. He's been up to his typical antics. I don't know if he's ever said that before, but he still has the trach out. The doctors have advised him to put that back in, and he has not listened to them. So he's been over the neighbors a lot more than usual. He's been sleeping over there a lot, which I'm not really too fond of. Jason Grimsley. This is Bill Long, Muscleman, Eric Anthony, feature star card, a hot card at one point in time. Mike Maddox, there's Don Zimmer, always so angry. Kevin Hickey, the first part of the Trifecta. We all know what happens if we get the Trifecta. Then that will summon the three-headed Mickey Weston, the Nick West SSP. This is a Pop 1, and it is a Gem Mint 10. It's a very rare occurrence that will happen. Norm Charlton and John Smiley for Dr. Smiley in the house. Sutcliffe, Kevin Gross. Eisenreich in that pulsating jugular vein. And there is Roger Craig yet again, the most commonly pulled card from my releases, or my openings, I should say, that was once spotted at a flea market for 120 bucks. If only. Nick West with the Carmen emoji. Ripping right along. I'm going to try to get back in the routine of doing these monthly. There's so many 90 tops on eBay to begin with. All you got to do is wait around for a little bit. You can snatch something for probably 50 bucks. But all the Viet Nows are typically 70. I think there was like one full box, which these boxes came in 24 packs. And I think there was one listed on eBay that was like 110. There's Rex Hudler, previously pronounced dead around these parts. Bill Ardello is a precursor Bernie Williams rookie card, which is right there. So Gonzalez, Sosa, Bernie Williams, and Sergio Valdez looking very devious in that photo. Giamatti, Puckett, Julio Franco. Should have got another Sosa after that one, but we got screwed out of that. Billy Doran. There is the Civil War era Mitch Williams. This is also kind of tough to find. And all the boxes I've opened, they don't come out all too often, so I couldn't be more thrilled. Just like the expression on Mike Brumley's face. Looks terrified of that ball. Second year Brady Anderson, Joe Hesketh. Greg Swindell. The Necklace Wonder, Davey Johnson showing up. James Pagliarulo, Davis Tettleton, and Propaganda Piece. Aside, 6 packs remain. We are 8 in with no sign of Frank Thomas. You really could pack search these because you can see right through the top card and the back card. So, but I figured for that price, $53 shipped and with taxes and everything, I'm not going to pass on that to bring back the fun of 90 tops. I've been going through withdrawal. That's a real thing. Ben McDonald rookie card would have stolen all of our hearts and all of our lunch money, probably back in 1990. Tartar Bull, Al Newman, Kelly Downs. And can we find any more prominent players? We're kind of striking out on the big names in these packs now. There's Gwynn, Tommy Herr. No sign of Thomas. Oil Can Boyd shows up. Still no Thomas. No Larry Walker rookie yet. But I feel like Walker's always kind of a tough one to find. And also, too, I know Paul L's been deprived of the levitating Mike Walkden. He is here in that soon-to-be eternal snow globe, where he floats and watches over the rips here. Marquise Grissom, rookie, a big one back then, obviously. Back-to-back, same pack collation here. Mike Smith, Ron Robinson, and his dorky antics. Paul L is pumped on the Walkden sighting. There's John Wathen. Very sweaty in that photo. Sightser, there's Kelly Gruber, a.k.a. Dave Coulier, and Ken Hill. Smoltz second-year card. Karkovice. Larkin. And nothing too notable in that remainder of that pack. I can't believe you passed up Cecilio. What was I thinking? 4 packs remain. And I don't know if we're not going to rip anything tomorrow night. Should be doing a live sale on Wednesday. I wonder if I've taken the last 2 weeks off. I don't know what the hell's gone into me. Robin Yao should be back for that. And I'm saying we as in all of us, not we as in myself, because I hate when people refer to themselves as we. It's awful. Tom Gordon Gold Cup. Once again, no Thomas after that one. Herzog, Blyleven, Bert B. Home by 11, and Denny Gladden. And that mullet flapping in the breeze. Atlee Hammaker, Kyle Ripken showing up the very first time in this rip. Paul O'Neill from Mikey G. Billy Ripken as a Sandberg. Nothing else remains. 3 packs. 3 packs, 3 rookies. Where the hell is Frank Thomas at? Somebody get him on the line. Jose Uribe. For whatever reason, I have this sitting next to me. But as is everything else in life. I don't know why, but if you weren't in the hobby like, 6, 7 years ago, when one of these actually popped up and sold listings for $758,000 is what it sold for. It was obviously money laundering. But a lot of people saw that, and they started listing theirs for crazy amounts of money, and people were actually buying them. It was absolutely freaking nuts. Floyd Fence's Rob Robinson is smiling because he hadn't yet found out he had been left out of 1990 Upper Deck. Is that really a thing? I did not know he was excluded from 90 Upper Deck. I appreciate that, Floyd fan. That is a very interesting nugget of knowledge there. When I think of 90 Upper Deck, I think of Randy McCammon, obviously, and I think of Matt Murillo. I think most people probably think of, like, the Ben McDonald Air and stuff like that, but think of these creepy cards we've come across, like this filthy-ass, sweat-stained hat of Brian Clutterbuck. That might be worse than John Crux 86 traded. I don't know. That's pretty bad. At least this one you can see underneath the brim, and it is absolutely filthy. And he did not care either, and the scum stash to boot. Cangelosi, Ron Gantner's Dalton, Jay Buhner, early card, him, any Belliard autos, and that's Frank Robinson short print. There's Edgar Martinez, Bob Walk. We'll be bringing out the Raphael Belliard autos in full force come Wednesday. The true debauchery kicks in. Junior Ortiz, 2 packs left. I can't get that Brian Clutterbuck out of my mind. Pack searching, we got Wade Boggs on top here. I don't think we've seen a Boggs yet, so maybe that will give way to a Frank Thomas. Kevin Apier. Gotta have 1 Thomas in here. Come on. Mike Stanley. Real creepy in that photo. There's Todd Zeal, future star card. Mickey Weston shows up. Jerry Royce having a time of his life. Pascal Perez. We only have 2 packs left. Almost down to 1 and no Frank Thomas. Somebody, whoever I bought these off of, it's just ripped open 10 packs. And you're like, oh, found the Frank Thomas. We know what packs those are in now. You can have the rest. You got to be careful. But I don't even care because I knew that going into it. Carter, I just enjoy doing this. Cheyenne Wallace. M9 uses, thanks for the advice on the PMG Tina Martinez card a while back. Well, thank you very much, man. You're very welcome. Appreciate you popping in here and joining us for this rip. Very, very nice of you. Thanks a lot. This is the last pack here. Did you pick it up raw or did you buy it in a slab? Zane Smith and his hideous antics. First time seeing that. Bucky Dent, Nolan Ryan. That's the first time spotting that one too. Sasser, Freaking Mike Brumley card again. I'm going to have to ask for a refund. Fernando Valenzuela. John Moses and OG Omen here. I think that happened after Yak Packs. Alvin Davis. Randy McCammon finally shows up. Floyd Van says, yeah, apparently he wrote an angry letter upper deck when he found it. Someone actually posted the letter on Reddit. How am I just finding out about that now? I don't think I've ever heard about that. Post that in the Facebook group. There's a link to Cheyenne's channel. Thank you, Mikey, and thank you to Cheyenne. And no thanks to whoever pack searched through the pack tops to pull out the packs that had the Frank Thomas inside. But they still left us a tad bit of meat on the bones with the Bernie Williams, Juan Gonzalez, and Sammy Sosa. That is what we have left here. And hopefully we will get another box of these. We, as in all of us, get another box. And we will rip that on January 1st. And I'm trying to have some other random videos. Like I'm going to do one of my wax collection, I think. We have a lot of stuff to open this month of December. We also have some newer stuff, but I picked these up a while back. These are actually real freaking expensive. I've been eyeballing these for a while. I'm sure they're absolute garbage, as I can see through the top one. That's a Nigel Wilson classic best card on top. But if you find these on eBay, if they happen to pop up, they're like, I think people were selling like packs of 3 for like $50. I think I got all these for like, I don't know. It was way more than I probably should have paid. It's probably like $40, but we'll do a video opening these. Paul also says, what the crap are those? These are made by Treat back in the 90s. And I'm pretty sure they're all commons, and they probably all have classic best from 92 because I see another one right there. But they're Santa packs. I've had these for like 6 months. We're ripping those as well as a bunch of other random stuff. I want to say an ex-girlfriend got me like an old stocking that has like the little cards from the late 90s, like the leaders cards and some other stuff. Probably stickers. We'll rip that one day, and I'm also looking for other stuff. And this Wednesday, I'll have probably at least one stocking of packs. The TPIA stockings are back. I should have one this Wednesday, so I might mix in a little bit of garage sale stuff along with it. So stay tuned for that. You guys freaking rule. Once again, we come up short as we have for many, many years now, but we're not giving up that easily. So stick around for this series to return yet again, and also hopefully you'll join me on Wednesday evening. Hopefully I'll see you then, guys. Have a great rest of your evening.